You got audio.
ACCUSTATS Video Production presents MPBA World Class 9-Ball. Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Kerr, and this is the 6th annual Glass City Open at the Sheraton Westgate in Toledo, Ohio. My celebrity guest today is my good friend and great professional player, Mr. Nick Varner. Nick, great to see you again. And
good to see you, Joe.
Great to see you here. And I know you just lost a match there, a tough one to Earl, and but it's great to have you up here in the commentating position. I know you'd probably rather be down there, but what do you feel about that match that just went?
Well, I wished I would have played a little better, especially in the beginning. Missed 2 or 3 balls, and Earl got that big lead. But right now, Mike Lebron has won the leg, and he's getting ready to break the balls the first rack against Tony, and he's come up dry.
Well, he really played well. Mike just played Jose Perica and beat Jose 11 games to 9, and super player. But these two players, I'll tell you, Tony Ellin is really a relatively unknown player on the MPBA Tour. He was rated number 53 on the MPBA Tour last year for 1989. He's from Charleston, South Carolina, but a tremendous young player and tremendous shot maker. Has a lot of courage in his stroke, you might say. Just a young line that's out there and eager to win, and he's playing a seasoned tour professional in Mike Lebron, number 9 on our MPBA Pro Tour in 1989. And Mike will be going off to Germany tomorrow for the World Championships, along with yourself, Nicky. So tremendous match up here, the youth against the wisdom of the age.
Yeah, my next match will be in Bergheim.
That's right. Oh, boy. We got a schedule. I'm fortunate to be taking 10 of the top players over to Bergheim, Cologne, West Germany for the World Championships. And we're flying right out of Toledo, Ohio tomorrow, and we'll be going to Germany for that championship.
Well, look like Tony's run the 1-2-3, Joe, and looks like he's going to come across, and looks like he's got a good chance to get on the board first and take the lead in this match 1-0.
Well, I know earlier before the match begun, I interviewed Tony real quick, and oh, he's happy with this because he said the key is give me some shots, let me get out there, let me get ahead in this match. He says I got a chance with anybody.
Well, both these two guys playing here, Joe, both of them have a distinction of beating Jose Perica, so it's an interesting matchup.
Well, you know you have to be playing pretty good to beat Jose because he's always a solid and steady performer out here on the tour.
Now, when Mike broke them balls didn't move very much. So let's see, he broke from the left. Now, Tony, he's moving over here to the right. He must have been watching me and Earl break. We just played on that table. Ooh, that 9 was headed straight for the hole, and those balls did come apart. I don't believe he's going to make anything, but they did open up real nice. They really flew apart.
Yeah, you seem to make from that side break, you really make the one in the side pretty consistently. It's amazing how accurate you are on the break shot with that one in the side.
Well, it's a wonderful thing when it starts going in, because usually 1 or 2 follow in with it. When it seems like when the 1 starts going in the side, it seems like 1 or 2 balls follow along with it. And when it don't go on the side, it seems like a lot of times you don't make any balls.
Oh, boy. Mike missed...
Mike had a tough shot to start out with there. He was cutting it in the side, and he had a small pocket. And tell you what, he's left Tony a pretty good opportunity here. Looks like the one of the keys of this rack is going to be... he's got an easy shot on the 1, is going from the 2 to the 3. Oh, he's hooked himself, I believe. He tried to draw past the 4, and I believe he's hooked himself.
Little case of maybe pre-game jitters here. I know he's won the first game, but on a quick combination. Now he's got to be playing position and trying to run out. The balls are close here, and he hooked himself.
He's got a pretty good opportunity here, Joe. If he goes down to, if he can go by that 5 and hit the end rail, he can knock that 2 up table, maybe hook him with the 5 or the 4 here.
Well, he elected to play a great safe. He he just thinned a 2, and I think he's got Mike Lebron hooked behind the 7 ball. The 7 is in front. So Michael will probably hit this ball and just bank it up. Well, he didn't want to double kiss it, but he was just trying to bank it up over behind the balls. And he's in fair shape, but what do you think? You think Tony's going to try and duck right back at him? He'll probably shoot the 2 into the 5 and try and pull the cue ball back behind that 7 ball.
Well, that's one possibility. Although it looks like he's cutting the 2 and going to hook him with the up table, yeah, with the 7.
And he did get
a good shot.
Great shot. He's got Mike frozen to the end rail.
These are tough balls to hit when the ball's out in space. Now Mike's going to try to curve it around the 7 and hit the 2 and maybe make it.
Oh, that was a great hit.
That was a nice hit, and he's left Tony a long shot. I don't even know if that that 2 does go.
Well, it goes. It's tough on these 9-foot tables. These PBA TE tables play pretty tough, and you gotta pocket those balls pretty crisp, especially on these long shots. You gotta hit those pockets pretty clean, or they will bobble. Equipment has played super here this week, Nick. How do you like the way the cloth is playing? We are using a fast speed cloth, a Simonis cloth in this particular tournament. I've heard comments pro and con, but mostly favorable comments by most of the pros. What's your feelings on the equipment?
Well, I don't really like this type cloth. Seems like the balls jump and skid a lot on it, and sometimes you're trying to go forward and you hit it and it like jumps up in the air, the cue ball. I don't know if that's a cloth or whether the cue ball is lighter than the object ball or heavier or what that is.
Well, we're trying to get them to develop a cloth that is kind of right in between, a Simonis and a regular cloth that you would have on a pool table, and so that we keep the fast speed. Everybody likes the speed, but yet you get a little more cushion. You can do a little more things with the ball. This cloth is basically designed for billiard tables and snooker tables where there's much greater distance and they need the high speed. And they roll the ball a lot more. They don't draw the ball. 9-ball, we're drawing the ball more than rolling it in billiards, and just seems like they do roll the ball more.
Yeah, I think that this cloth would work out better for billiards.
Now Mike shooting the 4 simply comes out for the 5, and
Mike's got a real good opportunity to tie up this match. He just needs to maintain a little angle here on the 6 and then bounce off for the 7. Got a little flatter on that 6 than he wanted, and it's showing up a little bit. He's got a tough angle here on the 7. He's got to make a good shot here. Mike made a nice shot on the 7. Now Mike's shooting into the rail here, and he's just going to try to get the cue ball above the 9, and that was a great shot there, Joe. For those of you that want to know what to do when 8 and 9 are close to the end rail, Mike Lebron just showed you one alternative, and it was a pretty good one, Joe.
A great opportunity for him and a great display of talent. His execution is he's one of the best on the tour as far as execution. And he ties up the score at 1 game apiece for Lebron and Ellin.
Well, now Mike broke from the left the last time. It'll be interesting to see. The balls didn't move very well. Let's see where he goes this time. Same place. He's going to stick with that. He's staying with that left rail. Now, the balls did open up much better that time. But, you know, we've had 3 breaks here. Nobody's made a ball yet, Joe.
Yeah, I see that, and they're both a little puzzled at that. Tony breaks the balls real hard, too. I know he's going to make a few balls in this session. He had mentioned me before, if I make a few balls, too, on the break, he'd be happy. I think he's going to elect to push out here with it. I think he already announced his push-out intentions to Mike, as a matter of fact. And now he's simply trying to put the ball in a location where he's going to, looks like, what do you think, Harry? You think he's going to push it?
It looks like he might push for a kick, I believe. He's going to push for a kick.
Boy, it made it tough because he's got very little angle to the side
hit the
rail.
one.
Yeah.
He might have trouble hitting the one from there.
And Mike selected to let him shoot, see? So this is nobody. Yeah, he's tough. He bridged down on the ball and got up again. And
that
he's
7 looks like it's even blocking a little of the rail there he needs to hit.
Yeah.
If he can't hit that ball, he's made a seriously bad shot if he can't go to that side rail and hit the one.
Sure.
If he could go that side rail and hit the one, he could do lots of things that could be real good for him. He looks like he's shooting straight at the one.
He's trying to just thin the right side of it. If he can get by that 5, that's the key. Not touch the 5 and just thin the 1. However, chances are he would then leave the 1. He would leave a shot. And the 2 is certainly out in the open. The 2's over on the right-hand side of the table, next to the rail, right next to the 3. And so he certainly doesn't want to leave Mike a shot here, because Mike, with an open table, you know Mike is going to get out. Jose was leading him in his last match, and Mike came storming back. He's running out super this week, so can't leave him anything.
Yeah, he made a real nice comeback on Jose.
Yeah, as I suspected, Tony is going to leave him a shot, especially now since he scratched. Ball in hand.
And that's all good players' dream, is to get ball in hand with an open table. And Mike's going to show you why, this rack. He's got a pretty nice layout. 3 to the 4. That's a big key in this particular run.
You know what I like about Mike? He's so methodical in his play and so smooth. He just always keeps in line. And when he has a tough shot, he cinches up balls as well as anybody. I mean, he just locks in on that ball, and he'll take sometimes a little harder shot, but he'll make sure he pockets the ball.
Well, Mike tries to play where he stays on the right angle and
keeps those percentages in his favor.
Where he's shooting at the ball, not into the rail.
Sure.
And all he's got to do is stick on the 8 here, and he's got an easy couple balls here to pocket to take the lead, Joe. 2 games to 1.
Well, it's not unexpected. Tony is certainly the underdog in this match, but as with all good young players, you can't count them out, because they're sometimes unknown quantities, but certainly they wouldn't have got this far in the Glass City Open without having played pretty good pool.
Well, the winner of the match between Lebron and Tony Ellin is going to meet the winner of the match that's right in front of us, Joe, between Earl Strickland and Jimmy Reed. And that match is tied up at 2-2.
Yeah, it's quite a match, and both players, let's say, very vociferous at the table.
Now, Mike stayed over on that left side. I think he's going to have to move, Joe. He's broke 3 times now, and the balls did open up fair last time, but he's yet to make a ball on the break. I believe he's going to have to consider moving his spot.
He will move the spot. I'm sure that one thing I've noticed, all you great players, you will move around on that break. If one spot isn't working, you move around till you find a place where you make balls. And Mike, he'll move. Don't worry. He's gonna find that spot.
Tony's got a tough shot. He's jacked up over the 8, shooting at that 1 ball, come across and hit the 2, and boy, he hit it nice, because now he can
It's
He
nice.
can spin up table for the 3 in the corner.
The 3 is on the opposite side of the table.
He comes
And
between the 9 and the 4, and he's got a nice layout to work here with.
So the 4 here, you probably draw over and shoot the 4 in the pocket, side pocket over near him, right? You can shoot it over on the other side at a better angle.
Yeah, he had a little fuller angle where he could stop it in time for the side, and now he's just got to draw back, it looks like, and take a nice angle on the 5 to come around. No, he came deep, and now he's going to bounce off one rail. Now, there's the choice he made there, Joe. That shows you that there are a lot of alternatives to play these angles. Now, I would have just drew back about a foot there and come around 2 rails because I like 2-rail position, but Tony likes bouncing off that side rail and coming 1 rail. So it shows you that there are more than one way to skin a cat.
Well, I know you and Mike Siegel, I know Mike is a touter of that theory. Mike has always mentioned to me that it's easier to gain your speed on a 2-rail position shot than on 1 rail. It's easier to judge a speed and play position 2 rails than 1.
Well, what I like about the 2 rails is you're coming right toward the angle on the 6 that you want, where depending on Tony's speed, the angle changes a lot coming 1 rail. In fact, I think he's maybe got a little straight in. See, that 8 ball only goes in that 1 corner pocket on this end, and if he's straight, he's going to have to take a thin cut, or he's going to have to draw all the way back.
Well, it looks to me he's just stopping the ball there.
He's going
now he's going to try and shoot the 8-9. He has a possibility of, if he hits this...
making a 9.
Yeah, he could. I don't know if he could make it in the other corner, but he may bank it across in the same pocket. No, yeah.
That worked out pretty good because he's got a nice shot on the 9 for the corner, and looks like he's going to tie this match up 2-2.
And he did just that. Game tied. Tony Ellin 2 and Mike Lebron 2. Now, where's Tony been breaking from?
He broke the only time he broke. He broke from over here on the right side. He must have been watching me and Earl, but he didn't make a ball, so we just played on that table before, and we were both breaking pretty good from that right side, and he's staying over. I don't blame him after watching what's been happening to Mike. Now, the 9's headed for the corner here.
Came close, but stopped just short.
And he did make a ball. That's the first game number 5, the first ball that's fell on the break. And right here, this 1 ball is almost like shooting at the 9 because once this 1 goes, and unless he gets behind the 7 or something, it looks like he's got a nice run out.
Do you think he's going to shoot at this ball, or do you think he's going to possibly bank to the 3, or do you think he's going to play safe
I think he's going to cut this 3 right down the corner pocket and just
cut the 1, you mean?
Yeah, cut the 1 right underneath.
Well, you
try to
called
come
it,
underneath this 7.
Good call.
Yeah, that's the... Now, he's got a little bit of a ticklish shot right here. This 3, the 4 is close. He's probably going to come 2 rails across table. 1 rail, 2 rails, and back out. That was a real good shot there. That was nice. Good speed. Got a nice angle on the 4 to come across for the 5. So often in this 9 ball, you want the angle. You don't want to be straight in. Usually straight in gets you in trouble sometime. And now he may have to play a combination on the 9 next, draw back, and play the 6-9 combination. And if he pockets this ball, he's going to pull into the lead.
And he did, pocket them both. And Tony takes the lead. 5th game, Tony Ellin leads 3 games to 2 over Mike Lebron.
Okay, he broke real good last time, made a ball and run out to the 6-9 combination. This time he came back and scratched in that side pocket, and Mike's going to get a start with a spot shot. And that 4-5 kind of make position there. He's going to have to come around, looks like 2 rails and fall between the 5 and 7. This is a pretty touchy speed control shot. Well, maybe not. Maybe he's coming straight up table. He's just going to go right into him. And it worked out real good. Now he's going to swing around that 8 ball, 2 rails.
And come between the 5 and 6.
Right. And he wants to try to, he don't want to end up on this rail. Yeah, he got off where he can elevate a little bit, get back up for the 4 off the end rail. But that 5, he's got to watch for that 5. He don't want to end up behind that 5. He's going to pull back for that 5 in the side pocket. And he's left himself a little angle, and he'll probably go to the end rail and come back for the 6, probably in the same pocket. Wants to end up close to straight in on this 6 so that he can stop for the 7, and that's really good speed control there. This is kind of stick, and then bounce off the rail maybe for the 9.
Mike had a great year in 1989. He hadn't won a MPBA-sanctioned event. However, he finished in the top 4 positions 3 times in a year. At the McDermott Willard, he finished 2nd, runner-up to Buddy Hall. And then also at the Sands Reno, he finished 3rd. Mike Siegel won that tournament. Danny Medina was 2nd. And in the Valley Forge Classic, played great right in front of his own hometown there. Finished 4th. Almost won that tournament. Alan Hopkins won there.
And Mike has tied up a score. We're knotted again, Joe. This has the makings of a 10-10er here, doesn't it?
Well, they keep trading games like this. That's what the fans like. We've been fortunate here this week to have great crowds, too. I'll tell you, it's been super.
Well, it's always nice to play here in Toledo. Larry really does a nice job with the Glass City Open here. They always draw real good fans and really support the game here in Toledo.
Yeah, the hotel, the venue, everything, the Sheraton Westgate.
Now, Mike went to the right side, and he had a lot of success. He made the 1 in the side and another ball.
And he kept that cue ball
right in the center.
Right in the center of the wicket there. So here's his reward for breaking the ball so well. He's right on the 2.
He's trying to find a little angle on that 3 so he can go up for the 5. I think he might have, he's going to have to draw all the way up. Trying to come across now.
Hit it a little short, you know, with it. Now he's got the thin cut on the 5 with a little high right and try and pull back over for the 6.
Oh, he hit that ball a little full.
But he left him
But
tough.
he's really left us Tony tough. Not only has he left him a thin cut, I believe he's left him where he's got to shoot over the 8, which really makes it more difficult because your cue's so high up in the air.
Yeah, he may, looking at it from the monitor here, we're fortunate to have, I think he'll be able to just spin it. He has a room to bridge. He doesn't have to elevate.
Yeah, he does.
Well, Tony did the same thing. Hit it too full, only, oh boy. He hung it, and let's see, is he corner hook? No, he's not corner hook, but boy, he's right in the jaws as deep as you can be. Now, what do you do here, Nick? What are you thinking? It's 3-3. You're hooked. You know this is a key game early in the match like this. Even taking a 1 game, you want to keep the pressure on the other man.
Well, he can, I think, cross over this and maybe bring the 5 up table.
Just what you said.
And he's trying to get it behind the 9, and he's really played a great shot there.
That's a super shot.
I like that shot.
Yeah, that's a tough shot to execute for a lot of people. I notice a lot of guys double kiss that ball because they don't hit it clean. And I think the key, what I've seen, the key to safety play is execution. I was always taught that you had to execute twice as good for a safety play as you do for a hard shot. the safety play, you have to control both balls, the object ball and the cue ball, where in normal shots with 9-ball, you're basically controlling just the
Mike is
Mike
is
moved
running
the 8
into
ball
the
there,
8
too.
here. He thought
Yeah.
he was shooting at the 5, and he hit the 8, and he's give Tony a ball in hand.
Yes, he did, and he did. Tony moving around the table. His concentration for a young player is excellent. I mean,
Well, he pockets real good. He breaks good. Well, he's a little short there. He's going to have to cut it in the side, and he looks like he's going with high English, so he's going to swing around the table 3 rails for that 8. And better watch out 9-ball.
Oh, boy. Oh.
That could have been catastrophe there.
Yes, sir.
That's one thing when playing this 9-ball. One of the keys is working around the balls, not into the balls.
Well, you do that pretty well, I would say, with the year you had last year. Boy, it just seemed like every time you were near a ball, you get that little niche or that little roll, and not to take away from the great play in the year that you had, but those things all come into play sometimes, and it helps. Seems like when you're playing good, though, you get those good rolls.
Yeah, I can't complain at all about the way they rode last year.
You'll take it again this year, too, huh, Nicky?
Yeah, I'll take the same rolls.
In the meantime, Tony Ellin will take that roll that he just got on the 9-ball there and takes the lead in the match, 4-3 over Mike Lebron.
Well, now this is something. This Tony's
Tony
going
moved.
back over to the left
Yeah.
side all of a sudden and going to try it from there.
I'll tell you, I think it's just a matter of habit. I don't think he's realizing he didn't make any balls here again from that side. From the other side, he was making balls. I don't think he's,
You think he really forgot what he was doing there?
I think just a little bit. I think that's inexperience. I think getting in a pressure situation near the end of a tournament like this, those little subtleties can mean a lot. Keeping that ball in a position where you can make balls on the break. I mean, the break is so important. Mike tried to make a billiard there. Boy, look, he almost made the 9, and boy,
Tell you what, he's
Tony.
left Tony a real good possibility here to
yeah.
play the 9 off that billiard off the one. And Tony's going to try to strike here and increase that lead. He's got a good opportunity here to win a game in a hurry.
Okay, Tony's going to try and hit the left side of the 1 and draw over into the 9 and hit it too full.
Okay, he hit it a little full, and he's left Mike a good shot on the 1.
And if Mike gets position here, he may have a... oh, boy.
Oh, Mike.
Seemed like he was a little lazy there with that shot. He ran right into the...
Well,
boy, I don't know. I didn't like those 2 shots that Mike just shot there. Just seemed like lackadaisical at the table, just like he got up and just hit the balls.
hey, he's left Tony real tough here. Tony's got a tough choice here. He may try to creep between that 6 and 8 and hook him here. Is one possibility. He could draw over into the 3, but I don't see much reward in that unless the 2 hits a 6. But I look for him to play safe here and try to hook him with that 8 or 7.
Yeah,
and he came right out of there. He hit the 2 a little too thin, and he's left Mike across the side on the 2.
Yeah, I'm not criticizing Mike. It's just unusual to see him execute like that, where he usually
Well, he run right into the 8. That's
Yeah.
real unusual for him. Run into a ball he's not trying to hit.
Yeah, you've made up for it there with that great bank.
Now he's just going to slide up table between the 5 and the rail and go up for the 4 in the side pocket. And I'd like to have this layout sometime when it's 10-10.
It never comes up this way at 10-10, does
I've
it?
never seen them like this 10-10.
And even if you do get it when it's 10-10, this looks really tough to you. This even looks tough at 10-10, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're probably right, but
but you take it. I know you take it. I might
But
even
as
be
they-
able to get out from here.
as the old saying goes, I'll play these. And Mike, he's going to tie it up 4-4.
Sure does. Meantime, right next door to Tony and Mike, Earl Strickland and Jimmy Reed, 4 games apiece. And Earl shooting a 2-9 combination. And he's banking, and he made it. Great shot. And the applause, of course, for Earl's shot. Now, Mike, he's moved back over that right side. Huh?
Yeah, I think he's found a home over here.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't make anything, but the ball's moved pretty good. Now, I can't tell. Tony's got a good shot on the 1, and position on the 2's not too tough, but I can't tell if this 3 goes. It's next to the 5 by where Mike broke. The 3 and the 5 are right there together. I believe Tony took his eye a little bit off that 1 ball.
Well, these pockets, the side pockets on these PBATE tables are a little unforgiving. They're pretty close. The corner pockets are a little more open, but those side pockets are, you got to pocket the ball pretty cleanly. If you hit a little bit of the point, you got a chance to bobble, do just what Tony did, you know. You find they're a little closer, Nick, when you're playing on them, shooting into the sides?
Well, I think they're plenty generous. I mean, you don't have any trouble pocketing a ball unless you've got a real thin hit or if you've got long distance, Joe. They don't seem to be all that tough to me, but they're tougher than some things we played on now.
Yeah, I've had the reason I've said that, too, is, you know, I'm the tournament director here, but a lot of the players have come up to me and have mentioned that, so you know, I know that they have expressed their thoughts about the side pocket. They say if you get a little out of line on them, you really got to pay attention, you know. Everybody's moaning the reason why. Jimmy Reed kicked it to 2 ball and almost made the 9. It hung in the hole and the 2 right in front of it, and he just conceded the 2-9 easy combination. Earl's ahead 6-4 over Jimmy Reed. And
Well, now Tony, he's got the ball in the hand, and he may have to break them 2 balls out. If that 3 won't go in, it looks like he's played an angle to break them out. He's going to try to break the 5 and 3 apart here. And
boy,
he hit that shot
great.
pretty nice. He's going to end up with a tough angle on this 3, but one thing, if he can cut this 3 in, the only ball he has to dodge really for the hook is the 8, and the 4 is right in the corner pocket. The main thing here, he just needs to pocket this 3 and try to clear the 8. He's got a thin hit on this 3, and he's hit it too thin.
well, he had a tough shot there.
Yeah, that was right.
He didn't get much of a reward, really, for the excellent breakout that he made, and that's 9 ball. That's the roll of the balls, the lay of the land. Four is all the way up in the upper left-hand corner of your screen, and the 5, of course, is right in front of the cue ball. The 6 on the opposite side of the table. The 7 is near the 9 in the upper portion, and the 8's the ball closest to the center of the table.
Okay, now I believe what Mike's going to do is just draw short of the side and bounce off. I believe from this angle on the 6, he's going to have to take a little thinner shot on the 7 than he might normally like.
I
no,
think
he's going
gonna
high.
Go high, yeah, with the, there you go, with the upper
He's
level.
coming all the way around.
And I don't know if you get a little long.
He's happy with that. He can cut the 7 in, go to the end rail, and another inch or two he might not have liked it, but he can even stop this in time. Didn't look like he could kill that ball that quick on it, did it? It looked like he was thin.
Yeah, I thought he would go to the end rail or even two-rail it out of the corner somehow, but he killed the ball.
He's played a nice shot on that 8. He went back and forth, and his speed was good, and
Mike takes the lead. 5 games to 4 over Tony Ellin.
Well, it looks like on the match next door, it looks like Earl's starting to get a little lead. He's pulling ahead 7 to 4. If he runs out this rack, he's shooting at the 7 and be breaking the balls.
Well, after the match that Earl just had with you, I asked him, I said, your next opponent is Jimmy Reed, and what do you think about that? What do you think about your game with Jimmy? And he said, well, he said, I know he doesn't play as good as the man I just beat. He said, so I've got to like my chances with Jimmy. And he said he hasn't been in competition much lately. He says, and those players have a tendency to falter at the end of the events when they haven't been in the heat of competition for a while. And Earl did run out that rack. The score is 7 to 4, Strickland over Reed.
Tony's facing a real tough shot here. The 1's behind the 6, and he's elected to roll out. And Mike's going to try to play safe here. He hit the right side of the ball, and he's trying to come around and get him with the 2-7, and I believe he's played a really good shot.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Controlled both balls well.
Tony looks like he's got a shot at cutting that 1 in. He might be able to hit the outside edge of the 1 ball, Joe. He's looking at it. It must really be close.
Yeah, it's close. It's hard to tell from the angle we're sitting, really. We have a monitor up here at the booth, but it's only Tony knows on this one. He looks like he is trying to cut it, though. He's spinning the ball with a little, oh, he hit it great. Jeez,
Oh, that was a great shot there, and
again, he doesn't get much of a reward, but I think he'll probably bank this ball, wouldn't you think? The 3 balls hanging in the other corner.
Yeah, he'll probably either bank it, like you said, Joe, or...
He's shaking his head a little bit off camera there because he knows he made a great shot on that 1, and he says, boy, he says, can't I get a little better roll than this?
Yeah, I don't blame him. That was a great shot there. And it looks like he's electing to do what you said. He's going to try the bank combination.
Oh, boy, double kissed it. That's real hard luck there. He hit it good, too, I thought. I thought he made the ball.
Yeah, he got right in the middle.
Mike's going to charge him for this one, I think. Mike has a little problem, though, with that 4-5 up there.
He might have to play a combination on that 4-5 or try to go underneath of it. Because it looks like he may go and play it.
He can shoot the 4 over where the 9 ball sits, and I think that's what he's trying to do, is get on this side. And even if he goes long, then he can shoot it in the side, and that's exactly what he did.
I think he miscued there, Joe. I think he miscued. And I tell you...
Mike doesn't look like he's real settled down on the ball on some shots. It looks like, not on all shots, it looks like he's not prepared when he's hitting the ball. You know, I mean, you take so much preparation and you don't hit a ball until it looks like you've thought of everything and you're absolutely ready to hit the ball. It looks like Mike is maybe just rushing a little bit on shots, taking some shots for granted. What do you think, Nick? What does it look like to you? Why is he...
Well, he had a tough angle on that. He miscued on it, and I think he really had to spin that a lot, Joe. I think he was trying to come above the side there, and he was pretty flat on the ball. And I think by trying to hit so close to the edge, I think he just had a tougher shot than it looked like to us up here. And that's going to be a costly one, too, because instead of extending his lead to 6-4, Tony's got an opportunity to tie it up if he can cut this 7 in the side.
You hit it great, too. Put a little inside on the or on the ball to stop it up. Or low right, rather, not inside. He's perfect. It's a pretty big swing there. It could have been 6-4, and all of a sudden, Tony ties the game up at 5 games apiece. Ellin and Lebron.
Let's see if Tony, I think he's going to, believe he's coming back over here to right field, Joe.
Right field, huh? First baseline.
Boy, he hit those nice. Boy, he hits that break square that time.
Yeah,
Tell you what, he's close to the one here. I don't know if he can cut that in or throw it in. The problem with throwing it in, it's tough to get shape on the two. I'd rather
Mike's
be cutting
looking it
this
over.
one
They may
in.
call me down here to make a call here on this shot.
Okay, Joe. Joe is going down to this one ball and the cue ball real close, and they've called him down to watch this shot, and I think Tony's going to try to throw this ball in. And they're waiting for Joe right now. And it looks like Tony's going to try to make this one. I really think that he will make the one, but what's very difficult here is playing the speed to get position on that 2, because it's a real thin hit in the side, and the 8 and the 4 along that rail are blocking the 2 in the corner pocket. So he needs to try to get above the 2 here for position. He just cinched it and made it, and he may try to cut this 2 in the side, I guess. This is a thin one. This is a tough shot here if he elects to try to make it in the side. Joe's right about the side pockets. He made a great shot. He made a real nice shot there on the 2 ball. Now he's got to come across for the 6, and he's a little short. I think he hit that 4 a little full. Now he either has to play a cross corner or bank the 6.
Well, that was a close hit on that ball that Tony had. Oh,
he ran into the 9 there, and he's played pretty fortunate here, because he's got Mike pretty well where he's going to have to kick it to 6, I believe. He might be able to hit the right edge of it and try to keep him low on the end rail here with low. Yeah, that's exactly what he did, and looks like he may hook him with that 9 ball. This might be a... He's jumping, or... Yeah, he's jumping. Well, he hit the 9, so...
He jumped the cue ball right off the table. And Lebron is going to have ball in hand, the 6, 7, and 8 and 9 left on the table. Should be no problem here, and for Mike. However, you can't afford to get careless here. It's 5-5, and one thing I like about
Okay, well, Mike's running out here, the 8 and the 9. Mike's going to take the lead. If he pockets this 9 ball, 6 games to 5. And Joe was just called away to call a hit on the other table where Earl and Jimmy Reed are playing. And Mike's staying over here on the right side with his break, and the 7 went in, and he's ended up with a good shot here on the 1. He might even be able to come across and end up with a combination on the 2-9 here. The 1, 2, 3, and 9 are all there right together in a circle. And he may even try to clip this 3 coming across. Or he may try to clear the 3 and go by it. And he tried to clear it, and he's going to now play that 2-9. And Mike wins the next game and pulls ahead 7 games to 5, Joe.
Well, Tony can't afford to do this with Mike. This next game is very critical. They're all critical in these matches, but you can't afford to give a player of Mike's caliber a 3-game lead. Let him have you 8 to 5 when he's the favored player. You've got to make your move this game.
Well, Mike's this time it looks like he's come up dry on the break, but he hasn't been leaving Tony much when he's been coming up dry. Tony looks like he's shooting at the 1 to play a safety, trying to hook him with the 7. And I think he's left Mike a good shot on the 1. And the 2 is not far away. Basically, all he has to do here is bounce off the rail for the 2. So it looked like Tony's maybe lost some intensity here in the match, Joe. He's 2 games behind. I think maybe he should have thought a little bit more about that shot.
Yeah, just a little bit. I know he's feeling a little pressure, shaking his head in the chair there and wiping himself down with a towel. It's it's tough if major tournaments and get near the end. You guys that are used to it, like yourself and Earl and our top winners out there, you make it look easy, but it isn't as easy as it looks. And the execution, and all of a sudden you feel like you've never played before. The feeling is terrible for a good player, too. It can happen. I don't think Tony has lost any control. He just needs a little break here, and I think he may have got one right here. He's got
Mike missed that 4, and he's got a good opportunity here. Now's where he really has to bear down. He has to win this. He needs to win this game. And now he's probably from this angle going to come up for that 6 ball on the side. 2 rails just come up and above. And he's played a nice shot there. He needs a little angle on the 7 so he can bounce off that rail.
Looks like he's going to go forward with inside and spin up. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got an angle. He needed an angle here. He didn't want to end up straight here because the 9's blocking the other hole, and he played it real nice.
Yeah.
That went in clean.
Showing a lot of courage here, huh, for a young guy?
Yeah, he's come back and going to pull within 1 game of Mike at 7-6. Well, on the first table, Jimmy's staying within striking distance. Earl's ahead 8-6 right now with Jimmy breaking, and Jimmy's made a ball on the break. And now let's see what Tony does on this next break. This would be a good time for him to make a ball.
Tony brought up a little contingency of rooters with him there from South Carolina. He's got Mike Stobbs with him. He played in the tournament and is a great player also. And a couple of his friends. And
well, he's made the one, but he's going to have to roll out on this shot.
They've been trying to cheer him on in between the matches, yelling out to him and trying to get him pumped up and get him going.
Well, he's trying to figure out to roll out here right now. And he's going to push him close to the rail. I tell you what, I think Mike here can cut. I think he's left him an easy safety to drift below the 3 and the 8 here.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, Mike might have let that 2 get away and get out from underneath. I think he's left Tony a shot on this 2.
He has the 3-8 up there as a makeable combination, but it's a little problem because it's hard to get from where he is to get the right angle on that 3-8, I think. You know, he's going to probably just go out a little, shoot it slowly and try and just get right between the 4 and the 5, which are in the center of the table there.
That's about all he could do there.
Now he's got to overcut this 3-ball into the 8 if he elects to shoot the combination here. And where's the cue ball going to go?
Oh, he's playing safe.
He's played a good shot
I think
there.
he made a good one there.
Yeah, he elected to play that safety play, and he did make a good shot.
He made a nice shot there. That was a real good shot.
Pretty good hit there for Mike. Yeah, he left him distance, but that's about all. He left him a shot on the 3.
Yeah, this is a big shot here for Tony. He's got an opportunity now. If he makes this 3, he should be able to win this game. Ooh, he's going to get tied up on that 4. I don't know if he has a shot. I think he ended up with a shot in the corner on it.
Yeah, he'll be shooting away from the ball a little bit, and he's got to shoot towards the side pocket, and I know he's afraid of scratching in that side, so he'll probably, looks like he's got to either shoot with low left or elevate just a little bit to draw it away from the side pocket.
Boy, he's really got to cut this a lot. Shape's going to be a little tough on this 5 as he maybe try to kill it with reverse. But no, he used the other English. And he's left himself a real blood test on this 5.
A blood test and a half, huh? Oh, boy. This will check. We'll have to take the old pulse check after this one, huh, Earl? Or Nicky, rather. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Find out just...
These are shots that win matches here if you can come with these.
Test his heart here, huh? Tony's a good player. He makes it or not. He's a great player. Meantime, Earl moves ahead of Jimmy Reed 9 games to 6 in his match.
Mike doesn't. Yeah, he's all right. He's got a good angle on the 6 where he can come up table for the 7. Straight in may not be the place he wants to be. He's got a little angle, so he's okay.
straight up and down, and a 9 in the side. Be no problem here, and Mike takes a 2-game lead, 8 games to 6. Mike Lebron over Tony Ellin.
Joe, are you ready for some Wiener Schnitzel?
Well, I'll tell you, you know me, I'm always ready for food. And this will be my first time to Europe. I know you've been there quite a few times, but yeah, I'm going to try a little Wiener Schnitzel. I don't drink, but may have to try one of those dark German beers I've heard so much about for all these years. And
you're going to try one of those Pilsners.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they got a beer over there. It takes them like 8 minutes to get it in the glass.
Well, I know we're going to have fun over there, and 8 minutes?
Yeah, 8 minutes. It's called a Pilsner. You'll have to try one of those.
Wow. Do they serve it warm over there, too? I've heard stories that they serve the beer warm sometimes.
Yeah, it's not what we're used to over here, where ice-cold beer over there, it's lukewarm.
Mm. Yeah, Mike just missed a shot he should have made there. He's given Tony a chance, but he got lucky on the leave, though. Didn't leave much. Tony will probably duck here, you think? Yeah. And he's trying to get him behind a 5. And I think he did relatively well there. He did pretty well.
Yeah, all Mike can do is maybe try to play a little bit of a save himself here.
Yeah, try and thin it and put the 3 up near the 4. Hello,
he kicked it in.
Yeah. There goes what I know out of the window, huh? Yeah, I know he was trying to kick that ball safe down the kick it to the side rail and down to the end rail, but
well, looks like Mike is going to extend his lead to 9-6. Well, he came up a little bit. He got a little
he doesn't like this
more angle than he wanted on this 6 on the 6 going to the 7. In fact, he's going to cut it in the left pocket and swing around 4 rails. That was a nice shot. He's falling a little tough on this 7 now.
Yeah, that 4th rail you were talking about, he's right against it, and he didn't want to be there.
He wanted to bounce off that rail.
Well, he played a great shot again, though. He's making some shots here to get out, I'll tell you that. He's a tough shot here.
Yeah.
Across the table, long on the 9. With ease, smooth.
He made a nice out there.
Great out, and Mike Lebron is running away a little bit from Tony Ellin. 9 games to 6. Tony's got to make his move here. Can't let Mike get on the hill. Can't let a seasoned veteran like Mike Lebron get to that 10th game. He's got to stop the bleeding right now.
Yeah, but he can't do much about it as long as Mike's at the table. He's got to hope that he gets something after this break. And Mike has come up dry, but what he's left is not much of a shot, because the 2's all the way up at the other end.
This would be tough for even you here, Nicky, shooting 1 and getting the shape on the 2 there.
Yeah, I think here he might elect to go over and try to hook him with the 3 here. But even that, or else he can cut the 1 over toward the other pocket and try to get him with the 4-7, but
well, he did just that. He got him hooked right up against the 4 ball, and the 3 is right in front of the 1. So Mike will have to kick all the way up the table. He looks like he's going to hit this with inside, in between the 8 and the 9. And boy, he made a great hit.
Made a nice hit there.
He got unlucky to not make that ball.
It looks like Tony's playing safe. Mike's playing safe. across the one, trying to hook him, and he's left Tony, I believe, a shot maybe cross side here, and the 2 ball's in good position for Tony this time.
Well, if he hits it, he thought he made it 2 rails there. I don't know. I would have tried to shoot that ball with speed to leave him behind the 6 and leave that 1 ball over near that side pocket, so that if I did miss, I think, you know, it's always easy to second guess, I know, sitting here, but if I did miss, I would like to have a chance of snookering my opponent behind that 6 ball.
Yeah, I think you hit on the shot I prefer that time. I think I'd preferred to played with a little caution there, down 9 games to 6, because this game here, you don't usually worry too much till the guy gets on the hill, but 9-6 is not bad, but 10-6 is pretty tough to overcome.
Yeah, this game is critical, and well, Mike didn't pull his ball back quite the distance he wanted to here.
Yeah,
the 5 is sitting right in front. He's got a shot, but he can't make the 7 balls in his way here, so he's got to.
He's going for the combo. He got a good angle on it too.
Yeah, he got real good.
He's close to full. Perfect. His biggest difficulty will be
holding
making the 8 and then getting shape on the.
Oh, no, he could make it by there. Boy, it didn't look like from our angle here and on the monitor.
Yeah, he had room.
You know.
Tell you what, this is an interesting shot here. To see if he can
draw back.
Miss that 9.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
He hit it nice and slow and let the English do the work for him. Mike Lebron puts himself on the hill and leads the match over Tony Ellin 10 games to 6. Meantime, on the table next to Mike and Tony, Earl Strickland has found his lead decline just a little bit here. It's 9-7 Strickland, but Jimmy Reed's holding up pretty tough with him, not giving up. Yeah, 6, everything surrounded the 1. Mike hit those balls good. You can tell he made a ball there, and most of the balls are down on the other half of the table, except for the 7 and 9, which are up on the top rail.
Mike's going for the safe, and he missed. And now Tony, I don't know if he has a shot, but he's got a good opportunity here to hook Mike back.
Yeah, he'll just play safe and try and put him right against that 6 ball there, I think. Yep.
Mike's kick shots are working pretty good today, aren't they? That's the 2nd ball he's kicked in on Tony. And he's got to kick again.
You know, Mike, he would say kicks like a birdo, huh?
Yeah, he sure has. Now Tony's got an opportunity, and he's got to run into the 7, it looks like. He made it, and if he gets a shot here, he's all right.
Oh.
That's a little cold there. That's a little chilly. He made a pretty nice cut shot and ended up behind the only ball that could stop him.
Well, he got the roll of the weather here. We had, they closed the Ohio Turnpike last night, 40-car accident out there, and it's about -14 here. Very cold in Ohio in February. What's to be expected? Mike has ball in hand. And this should be it. Mike is going to take his time. And he's got the only problem he has really is from the 6 to the 7, and it's not much of a problem just to keep the right angle on the ball.
Yeah, just go a little forward here, and he's got a choice here. He can swing around 2 rails or come up table 1 rail, whichever way he prefers. He's coming up 1 rail, looks like.
There's certainly no shame in Tony's play this week. He's had a tremendous tournament. He's beat Jose Perica 11-8. He beat Jimmy Mattia 11-5. He beat one player, Roberts, not Louis Roberts, but Tim Roberts, who's a pretty good player. He beat him 11-0, and his first match was no bargain. Ever tough Howard Vickery beat him 11-6. So,
and Mike's the winner.
Michael wins 11 games to 6. And we're going to have Mike come over and do a little interview with Mike. What do you think, Nick? Mike's next opponent will be Strickland or Reed. And the way it looks, Strickland's winning this match in front of us, 10 games to 7. What do you think? If he plays Earl?
Well, Mike, he usually does pretty good against Earl.
He sure does.
I've seen him play quite a bit, and I've seen Mike win a few times.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know Mike. He likes to have a go at those guys that he feels are the top players, and he knows he can win with anybody. He's beat all the top players at one time or another out here on the tour, so Mike is a champion player himself, and he's won numerous tournaments on the Pro Tour, U.S. Open 9-ball. Well, congratulations, Mike. Great playing, and I know you're happy to get through that match with Tony Ellin, because he's a young, strong player, and it was the seasoned pro, Mike Lebron, against Tony Ellin. And what do you think? You played pretty well throughout the match. Couple little misses that kind of surprised us. One miscue there, but how do you think with your performance? What do you think of it so far?
Well, Joe, first, thank you very much, and I'm feeling the last 3-4 and the last 3-4 tournament, I've been feeling good because, see, I'm using contact lenses now, and I'm seeing the ball real good, and I'm very happy the way I'm playing right now.
Well, you should be. You really played super in that particular match, but looking at our chart, you've played well and defeated quite a few tough players. Jeff Carter, you won with Jeff. You just beat Jose Perica, and I know you love to beat all those top players. You've played super all week long, and I know you're looking forward to having a great match with either Earl or Jimmy Reed here. It looks like Earl's got a chance. If you do play Earl, what do you think about that matchup? What do you think about playing Earl? I know he's a controversial player, but I know you really rise to the occasion whenever you play Earl.
Right now, the way I'm playing right now, I don't care who I play, because I got a lot of confidence in my game right now, and I feel like I can beat anybody right now.
Well, Mike, you played a real good match. I'd like to congratulate you on the match, and I agree with you. Your pocketing ball's real good, and once you moved from the left over to the right, it looked like you were able to build up a lead in the match and go on and win. It was like 5-5, and then it looked like you went right on and you won 11-6. So you really took command of the match right down through the ending stretch.
Mike, again, congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you in your next match. Good luck to you for the rest of the way out, Mike. Great shooting.
Good luck, Mike. Good luck.
Mike Lebron, ladies and gentlemen. Well, Nicky, that concludes another session. As always, it was a pleasure working with you here at the ACCUSTAT video booth, and look forward to doing it again real soon. And good luck on the rest of the 1990 season, and good luck in West Germany. And let's bring that title back to the United States, okay?
Well, we certainly hope so. I want to be trying hard, and enjoyed working with you, Joe.
Thanks, Nicky.